So after a while of talking here, after a while of coming up here, it begins to feel familiar, like I know you a bit. And so I'm going to tell you this. Some days ago, while walking, because we are friends, right? I'm going to start to tell you a little bit about me. So, if you know me, I am a hospital executive. I am a chief operations officer of a hospital, and my work entails talking and mingling with partners and getting businesses and executing the day-to-day activities, ensuring that they align with strategy. And why I'm bringing this up is because in the course of my duty, it tensions can run high, emotions can run high, and they do run where necessary, because it's a high pressured it can be a high pressured environment, especially when you don't have your processes and your plans very aligned. So a few days back, I had this discussion with one of the partners, and it got a bit heated because money was involved and egos were involved, and we did not quite end well. He wasn't happy about how it ended, and I wasn't happy about how it ended, but I think I stood my ground. It was necessary at that point for me to stand my ground, and after that discussion, I needed to let my immediate director know that, okay, with this partner, we're going to have to take it easy with them, we're going to have to take it light with them because of these encounters, right? And so after the moment, I had some time to go through the entire event in my head and to wonder where things went wrong or where things could have gone better. And of course, I discussed with my director, and after a while of working, I have some discretion as regards some things. Like, generally everybody knows I'm not crazy, and some of those things could be left to slide. But guess what? Some days afterwards, we were in a meeting, and this my director this my boss was like, okay, we are looking for partners, we are looking for sponsors for a program that we are going to have, and I'm going to need you to call all our partners that deal with us in this measure. I need them to come on board. And while he was mentioning partners, he mentioned this particular partner. He was like, we don't keep enemies, we don't keep strife, we are in a business, we don't have. Please call those people and let me know, how are they sponsoring us. Sheesh. Okay. And of course, I am in this mind space where I am always bringing up what I feel, and I'm always weighing it and judging it and trying to separate myself in my head and be objective and discipline myself. And so all of that discussion started happening, and I started asking myself, so are you going to obey this instruction? So are you going to do this? And it's not like my boss didn't know that I had this kind of discussion. It's not as if he was not on my side. It's that he was given a different instruction now. There is a new purpose, there is a new vision, and because of this vision, we do not have time. We don't have time to be petty. We don't have time to be egotistical. We don't have time to carry grudges. We need everybody on board. What's the worst that they will say? They will say no. But we are doing this. And so I went through that mind space where I had to talk myself out of my own issues, because we all do have. And don't get me wrong, it's okay. I so much believe in standing up for yourself. I so much believe in declaring your boundaries. And if you know me, I do not suffer fools. I do not waste time in letting somebody know you are out of line. But after that has been done, I still have to talk to myself, and I'm like, okay, at this level now, how can it be difficult for you to pick up the phone and make a call to another executive as yourself and tell her what you want to pass across? And I dilly-dallied with all these thoughts for a day or two. But guys, I got to a place where I picked up the phone and I called her. Okay, I'm using her and him so that I can anonymize this person in case they watch this video. So forget about whether it was him or her. But I picked up the phone and I called, and it was not a very easy thing for me to do. I must tell you the truth. It was. I found out that with all the growth that I have, there are still those issues. My ego might still be a bit bloated, because a lot of times I'm around this environment where everybody seems to understand me, and even if they don't understand me, they fall in line. But then I have to deal with other people who are as aggressive as I am in protecting and in furthering the interest of their business. Anyway, I spoke with this man, and it was not an easy call. He was nasty, he was not nice, he was offhandish, he was snobbish. I was able to put across exactly what my organization wanted. It's not like I expected much, but I really had to moderate myself in that call. I really had to put I had to put my ego in check to make that call. And what mental space I was riding in to be able to achieve that is what I am here to talk about. At a point in your life as you grow, you have to learn to be able to hold disagreements and still remain civil and still remain objective. You have to learn. There was a time, I was talking about this to myself, and I had to tell myself, Oluchi, for the place where you are headed to, for the height you are headed to, there is no baggage in this height for pettiness. There's no baggage allowance. There's no baggage room at this height to carry grudges. And so if I get into a conference and I see someone maybe with whom my organization is no longer having business, or maybe who I feel terribly betrayed by, and I have such people, I still have such people in business engagements. In fact, as I'm talking, I can bring to mind a lady who, we were at a panel, some sort of court setting, and she lied. She lied. She said something that was not true, and I knew the truth. And if I had said the truth in that meeting, it would have cost her job. But she lied against us, and I for years. In fact, I cannot say that I am not as angry at her as I was then. I can't say that I have recovered, but in this space, I am telling myself that there is a height to which you will get to, and there is no room as an executive to hold grudges. You must be able to walk across the room and shake hands. After all, the person is not coming home with you. You must be able to walk across the room and hug this person and be nice. You must even sometimes possibly have opportunity to say ill, but you cannot descend to begin to talk nasty about another person. What I'm saying is that for where you are going to, or where you are sometimes, you do not have the luxury to match people's energy, or to meet people at their nonsense. That you go high with. You don't have that luxury. For you, it's a luxury. If you have a vision, it puts restraints on you. If you have a vision, there is a way it constrains you. It forces you to do what needs to be done. I have been able to talk to this person, and I have been able to talk to these other ladies that I have mentioned to you at different points in time. And in some cases, I've had them even act out their own pertinence. And do you know what I keep telling myself? It's a luxury I cannot exercise. By virtue of my vision, I do not have provision. I do not have space to be at that level. And so my role is to say, yes, ma'am, I am sorry, ma'am. Okay, can we just move ahead from this? And I am going to call, and I am going to do what is necessary to get my organization, and more importantly, align myself to where I am headed and where I am. I do not get the luxury of playing in the dirt. And for some of you, you may be at that position, but you just may not realize it. You may be holding on to something someone said, something your boss even said, something a colleague said, but you don't realize that you are carrying a diplomatic passport. You don't realize that you are on a visa. Have you seen how people behave in other people's countries? You don't have that luxury. And until you no longer have a vision, you must remember that you don't have time to wait and respond to everyone who says something to you. If you know me, it's not like I don't have words to respond. It's not like I cannot meet you at that level. It's not like we cannot all be crazy. But sometimes vision constraints. Sometimes structure puts some constraints on you. And I hope you realize and are able to submit to the vision. You are able to submit to the structure. You are able to submit to those constraints around you and allow them keep your eyes focused, because you don't have time. You don't.